this character who had no problem being emasculated, at least from what I can see from the previews. Not sure about the movie because, again, didn't see it. He's taking a page out of the ideological playbook of his Black Widow character, the communism-loving Soviet super soldier, Red Guardian. David Harbour recently shared his disbelief at the idea that there's anyone who could disagree with socialist ideology. It's like, really? What? He offered his opinion on socialism during a recent interview with The Guardian, of course, telling staff writer Alexi Duggins that much like his Red Guardian character, I don't know that there's anyone who could disagree with socialist ideology. If you work at Starbucks and you make the coffee, then you should own it. But, okay, you're the one making the coffee. However, the Stranger Things star was not above admitting the fact that the elimination of these things has led to some of the deepest fascism in society. So many people assume communism means to a fascism to a degree. So, like, to me, when he uses this example, that's not an example of communism. I mean, wouldn't you just say shares in a company? There are people who work at Starbucks who have shares of Starbucks. He's not really like this. This is not necessarily a communist ideal. This could work in capitalism if you, like I said, if you're referring to shares of the company. And I would say in a communist country, you don't get a Starbucks. It doesn't exist. Like it doesn't. The communism destroys the ability for that to develop. He says that's a terrible thing. He added before going on to explain his ideal form of socialism. Of course, has always got true socialism fallacy. Was not a fascist society where people are punished for stepping out of ideological line. Shit, we're already in that society, sir. But one more akin to a kindergarten type society where we share things. That's my ideal society, asserted Harbour, as opposed to the world where we're hunting and killing and destroying everything for our personal hoarding and our greed. Yeah, everything's bad about greed. So, but my thing is, where we share things, who compels people to share things? How does that work? And that's where fascism starts, sir. So he doesn't I'm reading this, and this is what happens with a lot of these actors and these champagne socialists. They don't understand socialism. They have they come up with a false premise and a false belief and say, this is socialism, this is true socialism, we all share things. And well, who compels people to do so? What makes capitalism work, and it's not perfect, mainly because of corporatism, and how evil and greedy these companies can get, and they get power to basically shift market in ways that destroy a free market. That's where you have issues, but that's more corporatism than capitalism. Why capitalism works is it better compels people to do things that are beneficial for society, right? So like I had an example of it earlier. So in a socialist society, who's going to make my table? Or who's going to make this desk that I own? In a capitalist society, somebody makes the desk because they get paid a wage, and that's what they do. They make desks, and then somebody who made my food. Like if you're talking about like who killed the chicken and everything, that's what they're good at. And then I have a role in my regular job. I don't want to necessarily talk about the specifics, but it does have a little important role in people getting their goods. So everybody uses their specialty to do something for money, and in doing that, they fit a societal role without having to be compelled to do so by some authoritarian government. And that is something that people who just say, greed, capitalism, man, they don't understand. And as much as we can make fun of them, we should. Like, there's got to be a way to like shake the shit out of them. Like, you're not right, and this is why.